I had about 1.5 quarts of rye sourdough starter that I need to use up, so I'm going to make some German farmer's bread, or Bauernbrot. Instead of the starter they have here, I'm just going to use 2 cups of my starter. And I'll add the honey down below to the flour. So that this one takes a bunch of seeds. Caraway, anise, fennel. Not sure I have ground coriander. I will check that out in my cupboard. Alright, here's my main spice drawer. I have some that stay in the refrigerator. And my barbecue. Oh, it's none of these big things. It's in a little one. Ground coriander. I somehow remember buying it. Sriracha. Oh, I was looking for that the other day. Let me stick that in front. And powdered jalapeno. That would not be a good substitute. Hey, there we go. We are all set. So, I have all the other ingredients in there. I added a little bit of lecithin. That's what that yellow stuff is. It looks like egg yolk. I got the ground coriander, fennel, caraway, which is what makes it rye taste like rye, and anise seeds from Spain, which is really good with in pan de muerto, which is something you make for the Day of the Dead. How much of each of these does this take? Let's go look at the recipe again. Well, this is easy. It is just a 1/2 teaspoon each. Oh dear, it says ground anise. You know what that means? I'm going to have to use my coffee grinder. Oh, I don't want to do that. Mortar and pestle? We're going to figure out a way to make this anise, ground anise, 1/2 teaspoon. If this doesn't work, oh, this smells really good. If you like the smell of licorice anise. If this doesn't work, I'm going to have to use it, grind it up in my coffee grinder, and then find some cheap coffee to grind. Well, I'll come back in a minute. This is where a nice mortar and pestle would have come in handy. That is not really ground, but it's better than it was, and so we're going to dump it in along with a 1/2 teaspoon of everything else here. Now you tell me why the anise had to be ground, and yet something that's even bigger like this caraway. I guess you don't usually ground caraway. That would probably really be strong. Here's a caraway, and the fennel, which I have seen ground in Italian spices. I had a student who was allergic to fennel. Never heard of that before. Okay, this is what you find in Italian sausage, in pizza, and now in German farmer's bread. And then the ground coriander. Oh, it's almost low. What in the world have I used this stuff for? That is almost empty. Okay, not quite all that. There we go. Any dough with lots of rye flour in it is going to be sticky. And this is, yeah, this is really sticky. I think just a teeny bit more. And then I will do that fold method in the plastic bowl and let it rest for a couple of hours. Time to dump that into the bowl on the table. Let's go. Did I say sticky? Yeah, sticky. Ugh. Okay, so you remember the routine. Just fold it, flip it, let it set for 10 minutes. Keep doing that again. After resting for just 10 minutes, this is no longer sticky at all. It's a very nice dough. It's about 8:30 now, so around 10:30, this should be ready to start shaping. And, oh, it raised nicely. Yeah. We'll take that over to the board. Let's dump it out over here. And I think this is one big loaf this time. Come on, fall out. Doesn't want to fall out. Well, we left some on the bottom. I'll scrape that up. Yeah, that raised nicely. Okay. Got myself a cookie sheet with some parchment paper on it. I'll punch this down good. I punched this down to get all the air bubbles out. Made a nice little round loaf out of it. Cut the top a bit with the serrated knife. And now just let it go until it rises again to get doubled in size. Probably, it said 45 to 50 minutes. And then this is going to bake in a really hot oven, 425 degrees. I will make that egg wash now, that egg white wash, to spread that over the top there to give it a nice crusty glaze. Which I don't know where mine is. So I'm just going to use, yeah, I'm going to use my hands. Brush this on here a bit. Okay, like I said, this will make a nice glaze on the top. Not a sweet glaze, just a real crusty glaze. Okay, this is ready to go in the oven. 425. It says 40 minutes or until until the temperature is 180 degrees, so I'll use my temperature probe for that. 12 minutes to go. The bread was getting too dark, so I covered it. Oh, it slipped. I covered it with a little bit of aluminum foil. I think I maybe should have covered it just a little bit sooner with the aluminum foil. Look how those cracks turned into really opening up. And let's check the temperature here. We're looking for 180 to 185, and we've got 185. I wanted to finish this video, so I cut it in half now. I shouldn't have. You can see where that kind of squeezed it together by cutting it. This is a really, really crusty bread. Dense bread. Again, it only has a half teaspoon of yeast in it. It's mostly sourdough. Looks like it's have a nice crunch to it. Let's see. And yeah, very nice hearty bread again. Until next time, this is Lori Fiechter from My Indiana Kitchen. Ciao!